Let's discuss this further. Khensani Mahlangu, Communications Specialist at the South African National Blood Service, joins us now. Khensani, good afternoon. Thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Perhaps before we get into some of the campaigns that SANBS is involved in, you could talk us through the reality on the ground for South Africa at large. How much blood is currently available?
So we started off the day today at 2.9 days. That is still significantly low. Where we want to see ourselves is at 5 days. That means we are stable when we're at 5 days and we can supply blood as and where it is needed. So we are currently under pressure to boost donations. And I mean, the weather forecast itself is threatening how we might perform later in the week in terms of the weather. But we anticipate that now when schools are open that we will be able to at least up our donations, but that is only once everyone has settled back in. So we're still facing a monumental task to collect blood.
Thank you for that context, Khensani. Obviously today, as the world commemorates Nelson Mandela International Day, perhaps you could talk to us about the campaigns aligned to this day and going forward, what you're trying to do to get new donors.
Well, today we aligned ourselves with 67 for 67. So we were hoping that at least 67 people could donate at each donor site, donor center. We are putting it back in the people's hands, basically. You know, it is in our hands to make sure that our fellow South Africans always have blood as and when it is needed. So we were running drives across the country for the entire week, including the weekend. And we're hoping that throughout the month, Mandela Month, in fact, that people can come through and continue donating blood just to help us reach 5 days where we're stable and all lives are safe in our hands. Going forward, we are still doing our donor drive, or rather we are trying to recruit donors. The best way we know how to do that is to continue talking across social media platforms, on the radio, on TV. You know, we are still educating people about blood donations, and we are also really still looking forward to people inviting us to come to their locations and donate blood. So one way that a person can do that is by going to our website and book a blood drive. Then we will be able to come to you and organize everything, and we'll collect the blood.
Khensani, what is the current criteria for blood donation? I wonder, in terms of finding blood donors as well, what are some of the challenges facing recruitment in South Africa at large?
I think the challenges we've addressed by being able to come to the donors. As I said, we want you to host a blood drive. So all we really need is members of the public to share with us a space. It could be a church, a community center, or even an estate or a complex where you live. We just need a small space the size of a parking bay where we can come set up all our equipment and donate. So that challenge we're actively now trying to work with and trying to combat people not being able to come to the donor centers.
Khensani, thank you for your time with us. I know that the day still has a few hours left. We're wishing you all the best on your drive. Khensani Mahlangu is Communications Specialist at the South African National Blood Service, chatting about the SANBS, perhaps the initiatives involved on Nelson Mandela International Day.